You're still watching Ways. Now, World Bee Day 2021 theme is Be Engaged, Build Back Better for Bees, which focuses on finding ways to restore, support, and enhance the role of pollinators. Now, if you thought bees were only good for painful stings and teaching youngsters about reproduction along with birds, think again, because bees are incredibly valuable to our species and our planet in ways you may not expect. Now, bees keep the global economy buzzing. Bees are responsible for pollinating 15 billion worth of just US crop alone and 200 million pounds of UK crops. Now, this makes their contribution to the agricultural economy and thus the global economy pretty significant. Now, they pollinate a third of our food. They give us that sweet stick substance. Bees can predict storm. And last but not least, they help fight cancer. I mean, so if you didn't know that, now you know. So happy World Bee Day. I only knew bees for stinging and pollination until I read this. So what's your experience with bees?
Never had one. Only that I take their honey.
Yeah, honey.
It's good. I saw one picture of, I think I sent it to you, Angelina Jolie. She did a Vogue.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, with bees all over her. I say, Auntie, well done. I'm not bold enough like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how. And they didn't get to stink.
Maybe there's something she has on her body.
There's a way you present to a bee that it doesn't sting.
I think if you're calm.
Yeah, you need to be extremely relaxed. But I can't be that.
It's easier said than done.
Do you know there's this particular guy on Instagram, I don't know if you know his page. I can't remember the name of her now, that lives in the pride of lions.
That does videos with lions, yeah.
Yeah, no fit.
Well, you know the guy now. Oh, Jesus.
I can't.
Every day I'm always checking on his page to be sure that he's still alive.
James Snyder, that's his name, I think.
Thank you, Snyder. Yeah.
Dean Snyder.
Yes, that's him.
He will be all right.
I keep checking on him.
Whether he's alive, Abi.
Okay. Every day to see.
The Lord be with him.
Amen.
Well, let me start with Elsie. You have a very interesting conversation for us today.
Okay. So, in the news, I saw that Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade dumps PDP to join APC. He has not given concrete reasons yet, but he had a meeting with few governors from the APC, I think today, earlier in the day, and this is the decision. So, Kayode Fayemi was part of that meeting. Hope Uzodinma of Imo State was also part of that meeting. And I think this is the only state owned by PDP in that geopolitical zone. So,
really?
I really wanted to ask you. When they lost, what's his name? Edoman Obaseki. So that's just the only one left.
So Obaseki is the only one left.
Has Obaseki gone back to PDP?
He's
going to APC as well, because I heard that rumor, but please, you didn't hear from me.
No,
he might go back to APC.
He mustn't try.
He mustn't. What if it happens?
No.
You see, in politics, you can't rule out anything.
No,
but you know, there was a funny letter me I saw.
Stood by him, at least, even among thieves now.
There has to be honor. Okay. But what do you think legally in terms of Ayade going?
Well, I'm not sure there is any.
If they had that,
but
they would have nailed Obaseki.
I know for the House of Representatives, yes, they went to court at a point. The court said anybody that gives up
under the ticket,
yes, they lose their seats and all that. And they've been going back and forth in the House of Rep and I think the Senate.
Yes.
But for governorship elections and all that, I don't think there's anyone at the moment. Maybe in the nearest future.
Right. I saw one letter. Dave.
I think he was very deliberate about the tone.
That day must
letter.
Be. It must be. I want to believe that letter is a joke. He said, "Shebi, you follow."
It's signed. He's passing it across in a way that they would understand and give him his access to carry his chairs.
Access to carry chairs.
No, I think he was just deliberately being funny.
This must be a joke. When I said this, some people say Nigeria
theater.
This must be a joke.
But why is it a joke?
It must be a joke.
Why? Because he didn't write it in English.
It's not about English.
Which one?
It's about the context.
What he's requesting.
Do you understand? Like, so
it's his own investment now. When
the thing does
scatter, let him carry his own investment.
Or it was state funds that were used to buy those chairs.
Possibly not state funds. Now you're seeing it.
Lami, we'll talk about it another day. What did you find for us in news?
This is tied to the ongoing JUSUN strike. That's Judicial Union.
Yeah.
Union of.
Yeah.
Lami.
Hey, today I have.
Ready lawyer.
Today, don't mind.
We know
I should have just
yes,
left it at that.
Just
Okay, their strike is still on basically because of the issue of financial autonomy that they are demanding for the judiciary. So I think yesterday the governor, headed by Governor Fayemi of Ekiti State, had a communique which they were demanding that there's this committee that is headed by Malami, the Attorney General of the country, who is in charge of this committee that's about the implementation of the financial autonomy of the judiciary and the legislature. And they are demanding for that committee to be dismantled. Because they feel dismantled because they feel that that committee is actually the one that is giving JUSUN the backbone, you know, to emphasize on what they want. Because on the normal the strike shouldn't have even prolonged to this and they are not backing down. And the AGF is on all fours with them. And what they are asking for is constitutional. It's a constitutional. But what the governors are saying now is, let's come to a round table and tweak the constitution
to favor them.
Yes,
No,
and they are saying that
we need financial
you don't
autonomy
negotiate the clear wordings of the constitution. You have to abide by it. You cannot tweak it. So that is where they are at the moment. And I don't see any resolution in sight
anytime soon.
With all this back and forth and all that, because I don't think we understand the gravity of what's going on. All the courts in Nigeria, from the Supreme Court up onto the magistrate courts, are shut down.
And crime has been ongoing.
Can you imagine? And we all keep quiet like it is normal. Everybody is keeping quiet. We are on a brink of, I don't know. We are a totally failed state. Because the economy has failed, the judicial system has failed, the security has failed,
Education has failed.
Everything is, but we are not normal people. But we Nigerians are not normal. How can we still thrive in this kind of a condition? And everybody is acting like it's all normal. It's not normal. We are not normal human beings.
We're going to keep following it. So we're running out of time. So Norma, quickly, let's take your story.
All right, very quickly, I think it's about the Boko Haram leader, Abubakar Shekau, dead again.
Again, for the 5th time.
For God knows how
Somebody
many
said
times.
the 8th time.
You know, but this time around, they claim that he is really dead, and it was due to a clash between the Boko Haram fighters and another group called the ISWAP, Islamic State West African Province. And this happened yesterday. I think there was the clash between the two of them, and then at some point, maybe he realized that there was no coming out of this. He was said to have detonated a bomb that blew him up, basically. And both sides actually had casualties, had people who died. And it's worrying to realize that in Nigeria, we're no longer talking about one terrorist group. We're talking about several, or two now. Who knows how many others.
There are.
And these, I hear that they are highly sponsored.
Yes, so by ISIS.
They have equipment, and they have what it takes to fight against the Nigerian state itself. So this is really troubling. Yes, on one hand, well, I don't know how I feel about Shekau's death.
Yeah.
But knowing that somebody is taking over almost immediately and claiming
it's much more deadly.
and it's more deadly, it's really worrying, and we're wondering where we are going to as a nation. And I want to believe that the present government, this was one of the major issues that they said that they were going to tackle head on. And how many years down the line, things are getting worse.
Let me just continue from where you stopped. So the Senate proposes 15 years imprisonment for payment acceptance of kidnapping ransom. I mean, this story, why I took this story is because of what we're talking about today on kidnapping and all of that. So the Senate on Wednesday. You know, I saw this, interestingly, I saw this post yesterday on social media, but because it was not on the major media platform, I thought maybe it was a joke. Samuel Poso had captured it and posted it that, is this really true? You know, I don't know how our senators are thinking. I don't understand. So the Senate on Wednesday considered a bill that seeks to prohibit payment and receipt of ransom for release of any persons kidnapped, imprisoned, or wrongfully confined. So this bill is supposed to arrest you and prosecute you if you choose to pay ransom to someone that kidnaps your loved one.
So Nigeria is not going to be the first country to do this.
I was going to say that.
I'm trying to remember the country. I think we had that conversation on Ways, or when did I have the conversation? Because the conversation I have these days, they're just too much. But they have, the person preferred two solutions. It's either you ensure that nobody can actually pay for ransom, and down the line you realize that this kidnapping thing will stop, or they go head on, but at the end of the day, lives will still be lost. So they are picking this up from somewhere. It's part of the solutions that people are preferring. I think it was the guest on Plus Politics. What's his name now? That used to be part of the CBN head now. So he was the one talking about this measure that can be taken. So they are picking it from somewhere.
Even if
it might be harsh,
you pick it from,
but they're going somewhere.
That is, if you juxtapose that to your current situation, it's
that was the case actually.
You understand?
The issue is you don't make laws in a vacuum. You don't make laws that is going to be difficult to be obeyed. The truth is, if I pay ransom, how is the government going to know? So what?
Well, that's what we're talking about today, because the one that is happening in Lekki is so interesting. What people are saying. They kidnap you, quick, just negotiate 2 million, 1 million.
Jesus is Lord.
Yes, that's what.
So there are all these small boys.
Sharp. They've just been kidnapping
it feels like we are enabling them, but you cannot blame us, because we want our loved ones out of this hell.
So we'll talk about that. So when we come back from the break, that will be our conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.